Welcome to the fun side of hell. I am your host Lucifer, and today we are coming back to Final Fantasy 13. Now, in the previous episode, we followed Lightning and Hope through the Gapra Whitewood. We learned a few more things about Lightning. We learned Hope has now decided to start himself up on Operation Nora, named after his mother, which is his plan to get revenge on Snow. We still don't know what happened to Snow, but we are moving on to chapter 6, so hopefully we will get some information on what's going on with Snow. So let's get into it and find out. This is a big ass ship. I like it. So I like the yeah.
Okay,
Hey
time to have some
Fang.
receipt.
So what, we find him and that's that?
Don't get all hot and bothered.
I don't know if I've said this yet, but Fang is my favorite Final Fantasy 13 character.
Am I doing the right thing?
Yes, you are, Snow. Stop yelling. Yeah, Fang is my favorite Final Fantasy 13 character. I love her so much. Snow and Sarah are on the run. I like how easy it was for him to get that, by the way. Just like run straight over to her and just steal one. Well, they're not unguarded, jeez. Not guarded, I mean, sorry.
Hold on!
What a daredevil. Now they realize they can chase. If he knew how to fly this Snow.
Jump! Sarah! Sarah!
You regret telling her to jump, don't you, Snow? Or Sarah.
Sarah!
That didn't work as he planned it.
I went to the Foul Sea hoping to help her. But I was too late.
Poor Snow.
Ow!
I knew you were hard-headed.
That was...
Oh,
Ow!
snap to it. We're rolling out.
Yeah. Huntingless sea, right?
This is our chance. Do not let the sea escape. Move out.
I don't like Sid Reigns.
I will keep my promise, Lightning.
Yeah, but you don't know where Lightning is at the moment. Then again, Sid Reigns did mention that they tracked Lassie, but he didn't mention which ones, because I don't think they actually know. Save here. Yeah, I don't think they actually know which ones they are tracking. Well, this is a nice area. Where are we now? Ah, Vanille and Saz. A sun-left waterscape. It's a nice looking area. Kind of reminds me of a rainforest. Guess to get out of the wild peaks.
Fresh air. Nice.
So, where we headed?
Dunno.
You don't know? I thought you had somewhere in mind the way you took off.
I followed the smell.
What?
Smells nice. All naturey.
Just smells damp. And I think something bit me.
Hide!
Oh, great.
Sky.
A nice
Closest
little
city that
moment.
way is Palampola.
Uh-oh.
That is not good. I wonder if those two are caught in the net.
What do we do?
What do we do? Right now, what can we do?
It's a good question.
Right. No choice. We run the other way.
Always
would
with the
be-
optimism.
To Nautilus.
Yeah, but we know that
As we
lightning.
set off.
No, sorry.
It was like he'd forgotten that I was still there.
He's got a lot on his mind, Vanille. But I'm not gonna get into that because that's spoilers.
Want to get to Nautilus? Our road's through here.
What did he do? Yeah, we're playing as Vanille now. I'm just gonna quickly, while I do this, I'm gonna talk to you guys. We know from the previous chapter that Lightning and Hope have not been caught by by the army. But they are heading to Palampolum, which we already know is Hope's hometown. But obviously because Vanille and Saz had taken a different route, they don't know that Lightning and Hope are safe at the moment. I'm just gonna level this up because I need it for later on. So, I mean, for now they're safe, but if they reach Palampolum after the army get there, it's probably not gonna look good. What else do we got for me? I got a new, by the way, I'll just do this quick. Stop it. I finally got poison as well. Which I don't really feel like I need to explain what that does. We all know what it does. It poisons the enemy. Not very hard to figure that out. I can't remember what I need to do for yours. Wait. You have 2 new abilities? What are your new abilities? Not that useful. End Thunder and M Water. Yes. They are very, very helpful. Another thing I forgot to mention when I was talking about the End Thunder and M Water stuff that we've just seen, the M Fire as well. They don't just go on your. They don't just boost your regular attacks with Commando. They also boost the status ailments. I just got another accessories spot for Saz as well. They boost the status elements that because when using a Saboteur, you don't only put on status elements, you deal slight magical damage as well. And with having N Thunder or N Fire or M Water on, it boosts your magic damage. It does water damage, it does fire damage, it does electric damage, depending on which one you've got on. So it also, I've read that it does do boost up your damage dealt by the Ravager attacks, which is your magic attacks. It does boost them as well. I don't know how much it boosts it by, but it does boost it up a little bit. So that's rather helpful to know. And very helpful, very useful ability um, early game, around this game, because I think we're like mid game now. I think there's only like I can't remember. I think there's 13 chapters in this. But I'm not too sure. I can't actually remember the amount of chapters that are in this. I think it is 13. Um, but hopefully I played this in my spare time recently, and this chapter that we're doing now is not very long, so I'm just gonna do this in one episode. It might be longer than an hour, but I'm just gonna do this in one episode. So I really hope you guys have been able to stick out that one. Anyway, Hope now concentrates all his efforts on Operation Nora, his plan for taking revenge against Snow. Though she feels responsible for his newly acquired recklessness in battle, Lightning finds herself unable to say anything. She is afraid that if she prevents Hope from fighting, he will lose the drive he needs to keep going, and succumb to despair. Not knowing how to reach Hope, Lightning rescinds her earlier decision and suggests they visit the boy's daughter in Palampolum. Meanwhile, Snow struggles with his conscience as he prepares to help the cavalry track down the other Poles to Sea. Snow swore to do whatever it takes to save Cocoon. What has happened to make him act against that promise? Now clear of the vile peaks, Saz and Benil approach a stretch of beautiful countryside that promises an easier road to travel. Sun-dappled flight. As they flee with no particular destination in mind, Saz and Vanille spot warships passing overhead. The military crafts appear to be flying in the direction of Palampolum. Lightning and Hope were heading towards that city. Could the army have found them? Though Saz is worried for his former companion's safety, he knows that any attempt to rescue them from Sanctum troops would be suicide. Still, they can't just walk away, can they? Well, probably not, but it is Lightning, and it is a city, so the less chance of all of them being captured, the better. Anyway, sensing Saz's uncertainty, Vanille swiftly agrees that there isn't much they can do, and suggests they run. Reasoning that it would be best to put as much distance between themselves and the army as possible, she suggests heading in the opposite direction, towards the city of Nautilus. Oh, sorry for the yawn there. And so Vanille skips off through the dappled shade of the sunlit waterscape, only too eager to put danger behind them once more. See, this is what I said in the Vanille Q&A that I did. She's very positive. She always likes to see the positives in everything that she does. And that's what I like the most about Vanille. That's really what I love about Vanille. The way she can see that positive in everything. The way she... yeah. The way she sees the positive in everything. The way she kind of is the voice of reason, the voice of positivity that everyone needs. And yeah, and right now, with everything going on, oh god, I hate these things. With everything going on, I like to believe that Saz needs that little push. He needs that little push of positivity. I'm gonna lever you. He needs that little push of positivity that Vanille can bring. So yeah, that's why I like Vanille so much. But as I said, I talked about that in the vlog, so if you haven't seen it, it's up on the channel. So go and check it out. Alright. I hate these things. I only hate them because they're resistant to physical damage, so that's why Saz has to use Ruin. I don't know whether I explained what Ruin does, but Ruin is basically the Commando's little magic damage ability. It doesn't do as much as a Ravenger's magic damage, but it does slight magic damage. If I can avoid using it as best I can, especially on characters that don't have that high magic, then I do. But other than that, it can come in quite handy. So there you go. That is one type of flan that we've seen in this game. There are different types of flan. But this area, No shit, says. This area is so nice to look at. Really is. And I'm not really a nature person myself. I don't really see the appeal to it, but the art style behind this area, the whole, the art style really gives the atmosphere of a pleasant nature walk through the forest. And as I said, it's kind of, with how damp and everything it is, it kind of reminds me a little bit a of a rainforest. I've never personally been, but I've seen, documentaries and stuff about rainforests, so I kind of get the feeling of what it would be like. Alright, kick your asses as soon as it decides to stop being a pain in the ass. There you go. Yeah. Come on, kill it already. See, in areas like this, I really wish I had 3 people. Because these enemies, compared to the ones that we faced in the Gapra Whitewood, these enemies take a little longer to kill. Because they're just... I don't know, I just don't feel like... Because Lightning now has 4 ATB and can do more attacks at once, I just feel like she would be useful in this area because she can deal the more attacks, and that means we can kill things a lot faster. Also means I don't have to use Saz as a commando as well. I can upgrade. Did I fully max that? Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I got an accessory slot for you, but I don't know what to put on it yet. Got everything, Ravager. I always leave, this is another good point, this is another thing, helpful tip for you, if you never played the game, and if you want to pick up the game. Helpful tip, when it comes to the crystal points, like the crystal and stuff, always level the one that you're using the most first. So like, with Vanille, because I'm using her Ravager roll the most, that's the one I wanted to fully max first. I'm not sure whether it's just lag or what. Hope it's not lag. It probably is, so I apologize for that. Yeah, but as I was saying, because I use Vanille's Ravager roll most, that's why I tend to want to get that maxed as fast as possible, so that we can get as much of the abilities out of it and everything that we can for that. Magic roll usually has the most little good question, says. I'll show you what I mean. Because we'll just go to Ravender. Yeah, these little orbs here. From my experience, Ravager roll tends to have the most magic ones of them. Whereas Medic tends to have more health ones. I forgot to upgrade Saz, I apologize. They tend to have more of the health ones. And because now, at the moment, we have to use Saz mostly as a commando for stagger rates, that's why I used his... Well, that's why I wanted his commando roll to be maxed out as fast as possible as well. Shut up, Saz. But the only reason I did his Synergist roll first was because he had the same amount of CP as Vanille did, so I knew I could max out 2 rolls. And I'm really glad that it did actually pay off. Because obviously when you use abilities, sometimes the amount of CP that you have to use to upgrade it is higher than the little orb things. So it always helps to make sure that you know what you're doing. Always read beforehand, but if you have like 3,000-4,000 CP, then early game and mid game you can max out about 2 rolls, I think it is. as we did with these two. You can usually max out 2 rolls. Um, but yeah, hopefully we will be able to. Oh, thank you, Seth. Hopefully we'll be able to max out the rolls for Lightning and Hope when we get them back, because as we saw, CP carries over. So the more fights I do here, the more CP in total Hope and Lightning will get. So that's why I will probably do as many fights as possible. But not enough that it'll just bog down a video with just constant fighting and no story. I will keep the story progression going. Yeah, Vanille, so chipper. She says bye to the enemies. Come on, people. Come on. Also, while I do this, I read online recently. I say recently, it was like a couple of hours ago. There's been a post put up online on Facebook for anyone who hasn't seen it, about getting people to admit that the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy wasn't as bad as everyone makes it out. Belladonna wand, I don't think you're useful. To get people to admit that it's not as bad as everyone makes out. It is actually useful. That's our best weapon. That's actually more useful than what have I got on now? That's a lot more useful because it's got improved debuffing. I'll get back to my original point in a second. Improved debuffing means that her status elements last longer, and it also increases the rate, well, increases the chance that it'll go on faster as well, which is very useful. So we're gonna start upgrading that in a moment. So yeah, back to my original point. That's just before I get back to it actually. Yeah, inventory, components. Okay. May be able to upgrade it a little bit, but I don't think we'll get it to... What level are we on at the moment? Sorry about this. Vanille. I don't know whether we'll get it to level 4. I'm certainly give it a shot. Upgrade. Yeah, so there's this post basically states that people should, like, let's all telling, well, giving people a chance to admit that the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy doesn't deserve as much hate as it got. And I kind of agree with that, to be fair. Whether it's through my playthrough that people have seen a different view on it, or whether it's because of the other videos on YouTube of this game that people have seen, have given them I had a feeling that wouldn't happen. Have given them a broader view on the game. I don't know, but personally, it doesn't deserve as much hate as it got. Let's just save here. It doesn't deserve the hate that it got, really. Because I made a comment about it. I shared it on a few pages I run on Facebook. And I made a comment about it. That, are you gonna be more useful? You put the strength up on not the magic. Screw it, put it on. Doesn't drop it very much anyway. Yeah, I can't remember where I was up to. Oh yeah. I shared it, and I made a comment about the fact that even though people don't really like the 13 trilogy, it's not as bad as people make out, and in my personal opinion, there's, I don't need to leave it here. There's never been a great Final Fantasy. There's never been a perfect Final Fantasy. Yes, this has flaws. The battle system can be kind of annoying sometimes. The battle system can be kind of confusing sometimes for certain people. Some of the characters. Oh fucking hell, Vanille! Why? Right when I was about to defend this game, Vanille has to go and fuck things up. I don't know whether that was lag, whether my silliness or what, but Vanille, you just ruined life for me, thank you. Anyway, yeah, as I said, the gameplay can be a little different to how people are used to. Yeah, it's not the best gameplay, but no Final Fantasy has the best gameplay. They, no game has the best gameplay. There's always gonna be gameplay issues with games. Um, but let's be real here, people, because I know a lot of fans are probably watching this and they're probably gonna start um being rather annoying, or rather um they're probably gonna start breeding hate in the comments because I'm gonna say this. But Final Fantasy VII is not perfect. There's issues that can be named in Final Fantasy VII. There's issues can be named in Final Fantasy VIII. There's issues that can be named in Final Fantasy IX. There's issues with every single game. No game is perfect. And the fact that people hate so much on a game, it doesn't make sense why it gets so much hate. Yes, there are issues, but like I said, there's issues with 7. 7 is not a perfect game. There is no perfect game, ever. It's just what you personally how you personally perceive the game. But there's a lot of people who are so, how can I put this? There's a lot of people who are so sure of their own opinion that they close their minds, close their ears to somebody else's opinion. And that just means that they feel like their opinion is right and everyone should follow their opinion. But that's not true. You have your own opinion. If you disagree with the fact that I said the Final Fantasy VII is not perfect, then let me know in the comments. I'm more than happy to sit here and listen. I'm gonna read your comments, I'll read the comments, I always read the comments. And if people don't agree with me, then by all means don't agree with me. I'm not telling you to agree with me, but like I said, no game is perfect. There's never been a perfect game. Newer games that are coming out, they're not perfect. Final Fantasy 15, for example, is not a perfect game. Um, let's choose another one as an example of Final Fantasy games. Like racing games. Racing games are not perfect. Fighting games are not perfect. I'm a huge, as I've said in previous videos, I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. Like, I know most people don't like the anime, but I do. I love the anime. I've started reading, well, I need to get the next couple of volumes for the manga, but I'm reading the manga. And I love the games for it. But Dragon Ball Fighter Z, I played the beta, and I played the beta, and I've spoken to a few other people who played the beta and they played the full game, and we all agree it just doesn't feel like a Dragon Ball Z game. So again, it's not a perfect game. There's flaws with it. So that's just to help my point that no game is perfect. But that doesn't mean that you can just throw hate on everything about it. There must be a specific reason that you don't like it. If you just straight up don't like it, then that's your business. That's what you feel, that's how you feel, that's your business. But if it's just because of some stupid reason, like, oh, such and such a person doesn't like it, so I don't have to like it, well, that's not a real reason to hate a game. That's just you following a crowd. There are game reviewers who played this when it first came out, and they gave it rave reviews. There are fans who still play the game now, like myself, who would give it a rave review. But like I say, it's not a perfect game. There are issues with it. There are flaws with it. And like I said, there was flaws with 7, there's flaws with 9, there was flaws with 8. Sorry about that. It does that when it's lagging too much. Sorry about that. There's flaws with 8, there's flaws with 9, there's flaws with 10, there's flaws with 15. There's flaws with every single game that's ever released. There's flaws with every single Final Fantasy. And I just feel like the hate that Final Fantasy X-2 got as well, I just feel like why is it there? There is no point in the hate. I mean, I've played Final Fantasy X-2. I never got the chance to finish it. I had the remaster on PS3 when my PS3 went and well, my motherboard and my PS3 broke. I'm just gonna go up here quick for the CP mainly. And the item over there. Yeah, my PS3 broke before I got the chance to finish 10-2. I did find it on Steam like I did with this. So I probably will play it on the channel. I do hope to play a lot more Final Fantasy games on the channel. But I'm not going to bog down the channel with just Final Fantasy games. I will play other games like I have been. But I kind of, even if I don't play it on the channel, I'll just play it in my spare time. But I don't understand the hate for that either. I read a couple of people's comments every time I brought it up in the past. I've read comments and people just said, oh, because it's an all-female group and people feel like they ruined Yuna. They ruined Yuna's character and all this. I don't think they ruined Yuna's character. And as for the full all-female cast, Final Fantasy 15 is an all-male cast. That doesn't get the same amount of hate. You know, where's the equality to that? I played Final Fantasy 15. I played it on the Xbox. I would like to play it on the channel if people want. Whoa, that ball's the wrong one. Sorry. I've been asked by people on. I got a doctor's code. They're useless again. I was asked by people on YouTube to stream Final Fantasy 15. I wish I could. Not on YouTube. Sorry, on Facebook. I wish I could. I really do, but my PC at the moment won't run it. My new PC, which I'm saving up for, that should run it because I've basically... Wow, look at that. Just before I go on, look at that view. That is an amazing view.
Hey, Saz. Tell me about yourself.
Well, we're going to learn more about Saz now, so
Any family?
I'll get back to it.
I have a little boy.
Oh, so you're married.
Kind of personal there, Vanille.
I was, yeah.
We gotta get you home. Your son needs you.
It's opening a can of worms there, Vanille.
Come on, we'll make it.
It's too late.
Is it the lassie thing?
How'd you...
You might be a lassie, but you're still a daddy.
You're right.
So, what's his name?
See, that's why, by the way, if I go back to a previous episode in chapter... during the first part of the Vile Peaks, when there's his son. Aww. Let's smile.
Making a wish, huh? What'd you wish for?
Mm,
Cute kid. I don't really like kids, but I like him. He's
well,
awesome.
you're never happy. You never smile.
Damn it, Saz.
So here's what I wished. I wish that you'd cheer up and be like your old self again.
How about that?
Whoa.
Your wish came true.
Yeah. Wow.
Cute
Okay,
kid.
it's my turn to wish.
What for, Dad?
That's my little secret.
Okay. I remember you. I'm not
Saz,
saying anything though.
Huh?
you all right? got to keep it together, okay?
Yeah, Pops, come on.
Now, let's go.
Now I got kids looking out for me. Some dad I am.
Ah, you're a great dad, Saz. Yeah, by the way, just go to reference back to the Vile Peaks. When Saz said about said to hope that any father cares, that's why. Because Saz is a dad, and he cares so much about his son, and he knows that even though Hope doesn't see it, Hope's dad cares. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna read this, but I'm not fighting one. They take forever. I might fight one, just to show you guys, but don't hate me in the comments when it takes forever. It's not my bad playing, it genuinely just takes forever, so I might skip it, I might not, I don't know, we'll see. A powerful scale beast awaits your head. It could be a difficult fight for only 2 people. However, this enemy is slow on its feet, meaning you can easily avoid the encounter if you so desire. You will face many harrowing challenges as you press on. When you feel your enemies may be too strong, avoid them. Good advice. Okay, we got a new date. Oh, before we read the data log entry, I'm gonna do this. I feel like I was talking about something before that. Oh yeah. My new PC. That was it. My new PC, the specs I've made it are based off the specs needed to run Final Fantasy 15. So if anyone is wanting to see a Final Fantasy 15 playthrough, let me know in the comments below, and I will make sure that I do that one when my new PC is all built. I don't know how long that's gonna take. I have to save up, and I'm not sure how long that's gonna take. Hopefully it won't be long. It should be hopefully this year. I'm hoping this year, but if not, I'll keep you guys updated as and when I can. But when my new PC is fully built, I will hopefully be able. Well, I will at some point try and get a 15 playthrough done for you guys, so you get to enjoy that as well. Okay, we are gonna read this now. Saz and Vanille make their way through the sun-left waterscape, trying to distance themselves from the Sanctum forces assembling in the city of Palom Palom. Vanille's offhand question about family fills Saz's head with memories of his son Daj. As fireworks illuminated the night sky with brilliant color, Daj had made a wish out of concern for his dad. Touched by the inside of his little boy, Saz smiled, pretending to be cheerful, but all the while an unbearable pain gnawed at his soul. This pain plagues him even now. But what is the reason for Saz's misery? And who is the enigmatic woman with a more than passing interest in the boy and his father? I know who she is. Those who have played it knows who she is. Please do not spoil it for anyone in the comments.
Would you look at that view?
I know. Let's just take a moment to look at it. Ignore the scale beast. Wow.
I know someone who'd love to be seeing all of this.
Just look at that. This is what I mean about the way that Square Enix games use color to really set the atmosphere. That's exactly what they do. It sets such a pleasant atmosphere in this area. The color that they use sets a real pleasant atmosphere for this area. And I mean, other games know how to do that as well. And it really is impactful against you. I'm not saving that one now. It's so much impact against you that you just get so immersed in it that you take a moment to just stop and just think, well, even though we're on the run from the army, this is still a beautiful area. I know I could get a preemptive strike, but I'm not fighting one. I'm sorry. I know I said I probably would, just to show you how annoying they are, but I just want to get through this chapter. So don't hate me. Plus, we get different types of scale beasts coming up later on, and I will fight them. So, you still get to see one. Stop yelling at me. I'm already hearing. Okay, let's just kick the crap out of these. See, you're getting a fight. It may not be the scale beast, but I'm still giving you a fight. You happy? No? Still judging me, huh? Alright. I'm still not fighting a scale beast. There's something else I might fight later on. Still in this area, but I might fight it again. Anyway. Just to make up for the scale beast thing. I don't know. We'll see. Depends how I feel when I get there. Because I don't want to take forever in a fight. Even if it's just a one fight, I don't want to take forever in a fight. Just because then it just bogs down the video and we miss out on so much story. And I want to keep the story going. Yeah, but even fugitives can stop and then admire the view. Maybe when we clear out the enemies first. But again, admiring the view, which takes away from the story. I don't want to do that. Because people will get mad at me. And I don't like it when you guys are mad at me. So, okay, we're going to get through it. We'll do this together. And chapter 6 will be one video. Plus, there's a longer fight. There's a longer fight that closes out the chapter, so I just want to get to that. Because that's probably going to push it over the hour. If it's not already over an hour, I don't know how long we've been recording. We're going to kill these. And I forgot to use the CP. I keep forgetting I have CP. That's another thing. If it was worth the CP to do that fight, no matter how long it takes, I would do it. But it's not. You get about 54 CP. And that Mount Sub is not really worth it, to be fair. Not with how, not with how long the fight actually is. 54 CP is not even worth it. Good job, Neil. Okay, now heal Saz. Can't wait till I get haste. I mean, I know I can just use a shroud to get it, but I don't want to use shrouds. Shrouds make fights too easy. There are fights coming up later on I will use shrouds for, initially. But after that I won't be using shrouds. As soon as I get the stuff I need, I won't be using shrouds because then I can just do them pretty quickly. Sorry. No, what am I doing? I'm gonna use them to power up Neil's weapon. Because, as I said, I know what's coming up. So I need as much magic as I can possibly get. Pardon me. Yeah, again. Very nice area. Not very nice lag, but very nice area. Okay. Another quick cutscene.
You look tired. Not enough sleep?
Not really.
I guess.
Oh, she's
Not
talking sass.
surprising. Cute girl like me. It's hard to close your eyes, huh?
Damn it, Vanille. Learn some humility.
Just gonna lie down for a bit.
Although she is pretty cute. I don't know actually how old Vanille's supposed to be. I think she's supposed to be 16. She looks around that age. So, I don't know.
Being made of the sea, it's not easy. I mean, look. Even I'm kind of worried.
Aren't we all?
But even if we don't know what'll happen, we have to keep our dreams alive.
She got a point.
Have something to look forward to. You know?
Exactly. I look forward
Next
to
stop
recording.
is
There you go.
Nautilus. City of Dreams.
I look forward to recording more videos for you guys. And upgrading my PC. Because it's been like... I think my PC's about 10 years old now. Maybe even older than that. I don't actually remember. It's pretty old, I know that much. Get up, Neil, get up! I had to voice the Chocobo, I'm sorry.
What?
I want a Chocobo.
Sass?
He ran off. The Chocobo knows where he's gone. Stalkabo. It's a new thing, that's what we're gonna call it. Stalkabo. Are you another event thing? No you're not. I don't care. Okay. Well, where is it? There it is. Spacing out again, dude. I think we all do that from time to time, don't we? I know I do.
Sass.
You scared me.
What's up?
That's to
I'm
learn
just
something.
thinking.
Don't blame yourself. You know, you can't control who a FLC picks for a focus.
My son Dodge. He was picked. He's in the sea.
That's hard on Saz. Kid that young.
He said he wanted to see a foul sea, so I took him to go on a tour of the Uriday Gorge plant. Thought I'd surprise him with a chocobo chick to take home, but the second I turned my back, into the energy plant he went.
Dodge! Dodge, come out here! Dodge! I know you're in here! Dodge! Where are you? Say something!
I'm just gonna pause this quick. I know a lot of people are just seeing that. We know who it is. I mean, it's obvious. But the person with her, I know a lot of people are gonna know who she is. Do not say who she is yet. You find out later on. You find out so much more about this scene later on, okay? Keep comments spoiler free. I can't stress that enough. I mean, I know you guys have been doing that, and I appreciate it. But please do not say anything because, as I say, we find out more about that in a later chapter. I think it's the next chapter. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that, but we will find out more about this scene. So please, please, please don't spoil for anyone. Okay, let's get back into it.
Dodge! Hey, what's wrong? Dodge!
Daddy.
It's all right. You okay? You're not hurt, are you? What's that?
He wasn't picked by a
Apparently,
pulse, let's see.
Those Pulse-Lassie had snuck in and tried to attack the Sanctum Fal'Cie.
Sorry, he wasn't picked by a
They did
pulse
the only
fallacy.
thing it could and made Dodge a Lassie to protect it. My son, he got picked by a Sanctum Fal'Cie. He's a hero. But we're Pulse-Lassie. Dodge's enemies. Psycom showed up right after that to take custody of him. Then, it was one test after another. Even then they couldn't figure out his focus. Maybe it was look for Pulse-Lassie, maybe it was kill him. Either way, how could a kid that young even stand a chance?
Poor kid. Poor Saz.
After he was made a Lassie, Dodge had some way of sensing things from Pulse. He was the one who found the Pulse Fal'Cie. But the kid can't fight. So, that's why I put myself on the train to Purgeville. I figured his focus had to have something to do with destroying that Pulse Fal'Cie. I could do it for him, and, well, you know the rest. If I was right about his focus, he's probably a crystal already. Of course, if he was supposed to take out that thing's l'Cie, then either we die, or he's a Seath.
Die? Really?
It's a pickle, all right. But the bird says no.
Yeah, you always listen to the bird. The bird knows what's up. Yeah, as I was saying, please keep the comments spoiler free. And for anyone who remembers, the female that we saw show up at the fireworks festival to stare at Saz and Dodge is the same one who took him. And she works for the Sanctum. I'm not gonna tell you her name because you find out in a later chapter, but unless we find out in here. But either way, you find out in a later chapter, so I'm not gonna say anything at this moment in time. So let's move on. With a heavy heart, Saz reveals the fate that has befallen his son Dodge. When Pulse l'Cie invaders attacked the Foul Sea, powering the Araday Gorge energy plant, it chose the closest human to become its servant and defender, a small boy who had wandered into the facility. Now a Sanctum l'Cie with the ability to sense the presence of Pulsian energies, Dodge has been held in custody and monitored by government officials ever since. It is thanks to Dodge's unique ability that Psychon was able to discover the Pulse Foul Sea in Bodom. However, with his exact focus yet to be determined, the boy is doomed to become a Seath. This is what prompted Saz to board the Purge train. Guessing that Dodge's focus might be to destroy the Foul Sea, Saz sees the only means available to him. Saz sees the only means available to him to reach the accursed creature before it could be carried to the world below. If he could slay it somehow, he reasoned he might just be able to save his son. So now that the Foul Sea is no more, has Dodge gone through the same crystal transformation as Sarah, or was his focus not to rid the world of the Foul Sea, but of the l'Cie's servants it created? If that is the case, then Saz and his companions must die to spare Dodge a fate worse than death. Man. I know, right? Damn. I'm not a parent myself. I don't think I ever will be because I have a high dislike of children. But for anyone out there who is a parent, I can only imagine what that must feel like. Knowing that you don't know what's wrong with your child or how to help your child at all or anything. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It must be hard for Saz to go through what he is, and for any parent to go through something similar or to go through anything like this when it comes to their child. It must be really hard on anyone.
A device that makes bad weather.
I could really use one of them because Britain's always raining. It's very rare we get some sun.
Come out to play in the rain, did you?
I don't like them.
Isn't that adorable?
Sorry for the yawn there, by the way. Okay. These spheres modulate perception levels in the surrounding area. Certain indigenous fauna exhibit rain-shy behavior, taking cover during storms. However, inducing showers can result in encounters with otherwise elusive hydrophilic wildlife. Basically, when it's orange, if you hit it while it's orange, it changes to sun. If you hit it while it's blue, it'll change to rainy weather. And you can really pretty much... Wow, that's bad lag. You can pretty much regulate what you end up facing. So like in the water, in the rain, it's these, and the sun, it would be something else. I apologize for that stupid lag. I don't know why it lags so much. It shouldn't be lagging. What are you doing? Wow, that is terrible. Okay. Sorry about that. It seems to have fixed itself now, though. Get rid of the mud frog. Again, I don't understand why it lags. Previous episode, I mean, the first couple of episodes, well, the first video lagged, and then I think the second video was a bit laggy, and then I don't know why it's lagging. Most of my other videos have been fine, especially with this series. I apologize for that lag. I mean, hopefully it's still watchable. God. So hopefully it's still watchable. I do apologize, as I could figure out why it was lagging. It wouldn't be a problem. Okay, it seems to be okay now. Right, what was up here? I think it's frogs in a scale, at least.
Now, if we regulate the weather, we might be able to control these nasty critters.
You're right, Saz. Okay. I'm facing now. That's what I mean. There you go. So it was frogs, and now it's flans. Flans are easier to kill. And less annoying. I mean, they're still pretty annoying. Wrong one, sorry. They're still pretty annoying. Stop that. They're still pretty annoying, but they're a lot easier to kill than the frogs, so I'd rather face something that's easier to kill, because then we just get through the episode, through the chapter faster. Right. Up here, kill this bitch. I can get that item as well. I think there's 4 of them. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, there's 4. Oh well. Boom. Lagging again. Okay. Oh, there. Hopefully when I get my new PC, it won't lag games. Wish I knew why it was lagging, because then I could fix it. Take that one, take that one. Great, now it comes out as staggered when I target it. I don't understand why they do that. When you auto battle, they should target the one that's staggered first, but they don't. Kind of annoying. Because as we know from as we know, when it's staggered, would you heal Saz, please? When it's staggered, it does more damage. So I don't understand why the game didn't regulate that to attack the staggered enemy first. Especially if there's 2. Kill one that's staggered and then target the next staggered enemy. Again, back to my point about there being bad points to this game. That's one of them. That's another one of them, sorry. That's another bad point about this game. The fact that it doesn't always target the staggered enemy. I mean, I guess it helps. Yeah, I guess it stops you being able to just do it pretty easily. It does give you some control over on what enemies you attack. So I kind of get that's probably why they did it that way. And that's a good idea, I guess. When you really logic it out, that's a really good idea, but it still can be kind of annoying. Okay, look at this. Metal armband. Metal armband is not very useful, in my personal opinion. Resist deprotect. I have one there. It's just, I don't know, it just doesn't really do anything helpful, in my opinion. Stop doing that. It's not really that useful, in my opinion. I never really have any issues with deprotect. There are very few enemies, to be fair, that put deep protect on you. So stuff like that doesn't really help, in my opinion. I'm gonna put something on you. Can I use this? No. There's a fight coming. I don't think I have it. We're gonna put that on because there's a fight coming up, and I don't have your ability yet. There's a fight coming up against an enemy that uses lightning attacks. It's kind of like what we saw in the Russia ruins. So having him take less damage to... Good lord, that is lagging. Having him take less damage to lightning attacks is so much more useful because then he survives a little longer in the fight. Which is extremely useful because Saz is very helpful in that fight. Due to his synergist role. Oh, the ATV took forever. See, this is why I wish I had haste, because the ATV doesn't take as long. As I say, I know I can just use shrouds, but sometimes I don't want to. Well, sometimes certain enemies I just feel like it's a waste of time using a shroud on it. When I know I can beat it anyway. There you are. Okay. To make up for the fact that I won't fight the scale beast. Wrong one. To make up for the fact that I won't fight the scale beast, I'll fight this thing for you. Although, if I die, I'm not fighting it. That's the deal. So, I hear you. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, Lucifer, you're a coward. I'm not a coward. If I die, then I'm not gonna do it, because it'll just take away from the moment. Now, get your big ass down here. Come on. Oh, this guy's a pain in the ass. This is part of the wyverns. Later. Yeah, it's a wyvern. Okay. I'm gonna do some things to you. That came out wrong. I'm gonna put some status elements on this and make it easier to kill. Good go, Vanille. Good go, Vanille. You're not actually doing anything, Vanille. Come on. Hey. This is not gonna work. This is what I mean. I'm not gonna deliberately lose just so I don't have to fight it, by the way. I am actually gonna make an attempt to kill it. Way to make a liar out of me that the metal armband. Then most enemies don't use deep protect, you big ugly flying bitch. I will get stuff on you. Deep protect first.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not fighting that thing again. No. Okay, once more. But we're gonna start in the right one this time. And no, I'm not using shrouds. Yes, this fight's easier with them. No, I'm not using them. And this is this. This right here, this is the last time I'm doing this. If I don't do it this time, I'm not doing it again. You need to get pissy at me, I'm not doing it again. Trust me. I don't want to do it again. There we go. Heal up. Now here's Saz. I actually don't know if I can beat this thing. It's just... Vanille, we're in a fight, not an orgy. Good lord. You're done. Oh good, didn't do anything. Synergist. Uh-oh. 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 Survive. Survive. Do you know? Oh, you don't know it yet. Damn. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I forgot Vanille doesn't know the thing to take stuff off yet. That's hope. I can't think it out. Come on. Crap. Oh, drop. Oh, good. Good, 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 good. Kill it. Come on, please. Please. Oh, crap. Do as much damage as possible. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Heal. I will beat this thing. I'm determined. Come on, come on. Vanille, hurry up. Please. Thank God. I should have waited. I should have waited. Screw it. Kill it. Come on, come on, come on. We can do it. Oh, no, 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 no. No, come on. Come on. Oh, you are so damn close to being dead. Kill it, please. Kill it. Yes! Okay. When you start... Oh, yeah. When you start in the right one, it's pretty easy. I started in the wrong one on the previous fight, so that's why I couldn't do it. I mean, I could have done it, but I messed that up. Either way. But yeah, the Scale Beast is a more annoying fight than that. That's why I'm not doing it. So, there you go. You got a fight out of me that I didn't want to do, but I did it because you guys wanted to see it. But yeah, I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing another one. Oh no, I'm not doing another one. Go away. I'll happily kick the crap out of Flans and the Gremlins, but I'm not finding another way around. That lag is really starting to get on my nerves. As I said, I'll try and figure out what's wrong with it and I'll fix it. Maybe I should play it offline. Maybe, just maybe, I shouldn't play it while I'm uploading. I don't see as that would be a problem. I don't know why being online... Why did I bother changing? I don't see as being online would be an issue either. I'll figure stuff out. I'll test a few things next time I record and see what happens. Okay. Oh, it is over an hour. But yeah, I'm not going to edit out the losses that I suffered, because I didn't for the previous 2 episodes where I died. So I'm not just going to edit out fails, because I go back and I end up succeeding in it anyways. There's not really much point. Plus, it makes you realize that sometimes even I make mistakes. Sometimes even I've played this game so many times, even I make mistakes. But if I died like 6-7 times to the same fight, that's about the only time I would actually edit that out. Because nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see me fail over and over and over and over again. Unless you're sadistic. And that's in which case you would like to see me fail over and over and over again. But I have faith that you guys ain't like it. So we're not gonna fail. Okay. I don't know what those floating blocks are. Alright. Getting close to the end, guys. Getting close to the end of this chapter. I don't want to leave you, but I need to get rid of you. There's 2 of them. Wait, are you the one? No, I don't think they are. In case you're curious, there's these kinds of the gremlins, that's what the enemies grouped in, gremlins. There's a type that can summon enemies, but I don't think well, I think they're later on, I'm not too sure. can't actually remember. Can I kill you before I have to heal? I hope so. As I cannot actually remember. I don't think it is these ones. I think they are later on. But they are very annoying. I mean, these ones are very annoying anyway, but the ones that can summon are more annoying. Because they summon things that are stronger than the actual enemies you're fighting. Ah, you fuckers. Oh wait, we might be able to run past them. I hope so, because I don't want to fight that. With 3 people, I can beat a wyvern and its friends. But with 2 people, I can't do it. I end up having to heal so much. And that's what that fight would be. See the wyvern there, and then you got the gremlins in front of it? That means you have to fight the gremlins with the wyvern. And trust me, that is not easy with 2 people. So, we are just going to... We're just gonna go around, and I'm gonna leave you guys to have some fun. I'm gonna fight these assholes. That is a lot of tomatoes. Or Flandragora. That's another thing I like about Final Fantasy games. They just come up with really obscure names for their enemies. It's so fascinating. Will you just die already? Don't worry, you're gonna get it too. Oh, phone's blinking. Probably not important. Come on, die for me. Die for old Lucifer. Die, 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 die. There you go, it's dead. Okay. Is that over with? Kill these. There's 4 of them. Yeah, as I said, we're near the end, and that's why I'm fighting as much as I possibly can. Because I want to be strong enough to beat these new enemies first try. That, and I want to mount up the CP that goes on snow. Remember I said that everyone in your group still gets CP, even if they're not actually in the group at the moment? As we saw, I'm going to heal Saz quick. As we saw when we got Saz and Vanille back, all the CP that I collected using Lightning and Hope was added to that. Therefore, every single bit of CP that is collected between Saz and Vanille and Lightning and Hope goes on Snow. So the more CP you get, the higher his CP will be. And the original, I can't even remember what playthrough it was. I think it was like my 5th playthrough. After remembering that little trick, heal Saz quick. Yeah, after remembering that trick of him getting the CP that we collect, the highest I got him to was over 30,000 CP. But that was a lot of running backwards and forwards for fights and doing every single fight. In this area I changed the weather every single time just to fight everything. It took forever, but it mounted up to like 30,000 CP. So when I got Snow back, I pretty much maxed out all 3 of his rolls in one sitting. I'm not going to do that here because, as I say, it takes too long. It's just running backwards and forwards and a lot of taking the piss. A lot of grinding, really. And I don't want to do that because I just don't want a full episode of just grinding. It's boring. I want story. I know you guys would just find it boring. I'd find it boring to do. You guys would find it boring to watch. So I don't want to do that. I mean, later on, there are parts where I will be grinding. I think I've mentioned that before. So, I mean, there's not a lot of grinding in those parts. It's still enough that I'll probably just do a lot of it, most of it off camera. But if you guys do want to see some of the grinding for that, then let me know in the comments and I'll... That's what I was asking for. That's what I need. I need this as well. 130 and a few more. My maths is not good. Anyway, as I said later on with some of the grinding, if you guys want to see it, let me know in the comments and I'll leave it in. Other than that, I'll just do probably a lot of it off camera. But any story related stuff I'll do on camera. So that you guys don't miss out. Because I don't want you to miss out on the experience of Final Fantasy 13. I mean, you guys get to miss out on a lot of the grinding because that's not really a fun experience. And it's not, oh Jesus, not really important to the story. So, you guys don't really need to see that part. But as I say, if you want to see some of it, let me know. I'll be more than happy to do it. Okay. Okay, wrong one. Yeah. Yeah, whoop-de-doo. Didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. Oh yeah. End Thunder. As you can see, Neil's weapon is encased in thunder. When you use End Fire, it turns into it has a flame skin to it. When you do water, it has a water skin to it. Calling them skins is literally the easiest way to explain it. And same if you do End Frost, it has an ice skin to it. But because we have End Thunder and it has the Thunder skin, again, that's literally the easiest way to explain it. So yeah, there you go. We are going to, I believe, there you go. That's what I mean about this chapter not being very long. It may seem really long, but it's only long because of the cutscenes. Other than that, it's not actually that long. Quickly upgrade this. That's helpful. There you go. And we will, because of later on, we're gonna upgrade this. I know we don't have anyone with it on at the moment, but we do get lightning back, so I just wanted to upgrade that a little bit so that she could, well, I was hoping it was gonna go up a level, so that lightning strength would be a little higher. But yeah, this is not gonna be fun. This is near, oh, good, I checked. Glad I checked. This is near the end of chapter 6 now, so that is very helpful to have done for this fight. Really wish I could have got Cura. Could probably go back and do another fight. No, we can just keep going. Because this is the end of chapter 6 now. So shh. Can't wake these things up. I love the theme in this as well.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Oh, it's not.
What do we do?
Alright, I got it. We sneak.
Right.
That's not sneaking, Vanille. Uh-oh.
Just too much to ask to cut me one break, isn't it?
Come and get it!
A Jabberwocky and a Bandersnatch. And I'm going to use Libra Scope. Basically Libras both of them at the same time, which is extremely helpful. And I have to sit up for this fight because it's a pain. So much of a pain. And I already have to heal. This is bad. Shouldn't have to heal this soon. Take deep there. And Suna basically removes status ailments off your characters as well. That's why I really wanted it for this fight. Because they put status ailments on me, and I don't like that. Also, as you can see, Saz's attacks use lightning damage now. Well, deal slight lightning damage as well because of what he has on him. Go for Enki first. Any status elements I can get on these two is helpful. Extremely helpful. Because it means I'm doing more damage. I don't think you can do deep protect on you. Oh, you can. Right, now I have deep protect on me. Hey, yo, Saz. Right, I'm gonna heal quick. Stop doing. I hate that move. All the status elements I just put on that thing has now been taken off because of Bellow, and now it's stronger than it was. I hate this fight. I shouldn't have to be a medic roll this long. Ah, you know what? Take the risk. Good. Just kill it. Alright, best. Come on. There you go. That's another good thing I think I've mentioned before. It was about to use one of its strongest attacks, but because we staggered it before it got the chance, it cancelled that attack, which is extremely useful. And sometimes you have to get very lucky with that. Shoot. No. Heal. Neil's nearly dead, and if she dies because she's my leader, it's game over. There we go. I should be able to kill it now. I hope. As you can see, that nearly killed Saz. It went for that earlier, which is the move we blocked when we staggered it. I'm gonna have to heal. Sorry, bear with me. Again, if you can get Cura before this fight, it's very useful because Cura basically heals both. Oh god. Cura heals both of the party at the same time, which again is extremely helpful in this fight. Because then you're not wasting time healing one after the other. Just heal them both at the same time. Right, now we can heal up again. Simply because Enli uses fire attack, lightning attack, sorry. So that basically means that lightning attacks would heal it. I don't care about that right now. Take off deep protect. Stop putting it back on. Asshole. You don't need to heal twice for me. Stop it. There we go. Heal once. Take deep protect off. Now Archmage. There you go. What I mean about the water skin. I don't have to heal just yet. Come on. Not important. Again, Enli also has the Bellow ability, but for as long as you can get these on, for as long as they are on, then it's very useful to just deal damage to them. Try and stagger it. Now we're gonna heal. Because when it's staggered, I do find that... No. I do find that when it's staggered, not only does it heal... Well, not only does it deal more damage, but it tends to interrupt their attacks more. I don't know how true that is, but for me, that's how it appears, that their attacks are sometimes interrupted more during stagger. So, like, for as long as it's staggered, they can't attack as much as they would if it was just normal. I mean, they still attack a lot. Um, but sometimes I think there's a higher rate of interrupting their attacks when they're staggered than there is when they're not staggered. Um, but yeah, we should have killed you pretty easily. Another good thing about... Oh, okay. Well, we're still alive, so we're just gonna kill it now. Another good thing, that I'm sorry, Saz. I'm gonna have to let you go for this fight, dude. Come on! Neil, if you do not kill it, there you go. I'm really glad that Enrage does not heal them. There you go. That is the final boss of Chapter 6. Starum Expanded. Yeah, I shouldn't have had to heal as much as I did, but, you know. It's different playthroughs, different ways of doing things.
And we're in Nautilus.
The city of dreams.
If only we were dreaming up those clouds.
What clouds? Oh, those clouds. I thought they meant Cloud Strife. Yeah, definitely need to dream up him. He's an idiot. Okay. Yeah, 1,000. No, not yet. 1,000 CP, and we went up a level. So let's upgrade Neil's Ravager roll, because that's the one we use around most. Okay, let's do up Saz's Commando roll. Because that is currently the one we are using him at. And also, when you go up each Crystarm level, the CP at the bottom, where it says CP cost, that goes up as well. So the higher your Crystarm level, the higher amount of CP you need to level up each orb or each ability and stuff like that. Later on, it gets really annoying, and that's what I mean about the grinding. There's so much more grinding because of how high a CP cost you take. But for now, we are doing okay. I'm sorry, that is really badly lagging. Stop lagging, please. Yeah, stop lagging. Stop it. Okay, seem to be okay now.
Climbing over's out.
Oh look, a conveniently placed hole. Wonder who put that there. I actually wonder who put that there. Okay. Easy. Easy. Don't slip. There you go.
We can board the ship over there.
Conveniently placed hole. And now it's raining.
Huh?
I like the way that it's been left there and not repaired. Oh. It's like living in Britain. The amount of rain we get. Different parts of Britain get more rain than we do. Where I am, it's not too bad. Still pretty annoying, but...
When it rains around here, it pours. And then it rains some more.
He's talking about Britain.
Saz, do you hate Pulse?
Why wouldn't I? Look at this mess it's gotten us all into.
Be careful. Keep my mouth shut.
Of course. It's not to say I always hated it. Seemed fishy. All that sanctum ranting about the threat from Pulse.
Back.
Only a matter of time before they strike. Pulse is infested with monsters. Scare after scare. Not even a shred of proof. Tired old cynics like me? Mm-mm. We don't just swallow that tabloid crap. No, not me. I figured the Sanctum was up to something crooked.
How right you were.
At least until I got dragged in.
Yeah.
Then I realized the sanctum are up to something crooked.
Now that I think about it, all this purge business, it really only happened because Dodge found that pulse Fal'Cie.
You're wrong.
Huh?
Don't blame him. It was all...
Guess even Vanille struggles
Yeah,
to
you're
stay
right.
positive in times.
It was that scum from Pulse behind it.
I might as well have tried to stop the rain. I fought the tears, but they still fell.
Poor Vanille.
You're getting soaked.
I'll be fine. It's only water.
There's a reason behind that, and I'm not gonna go into details about it, because you find out later on. But there is a reason why Vanille acted that way. And for anyone who does know, please, again, spoiler free. Okay, so that is, I believe, unless there's another cutscene, I don't think there is. Let's just double check. No, there isn't. Okay. Well, there you have it. We are going to leave it here. That is the end of Chapter 3. It's Chapter 3. What am I about? Chapter 6. Sorry. Wrong number. It's a multiple of 3, but it's not the right 3. Anyway, that is the end of Chapter 6. We learned more about Saz. We learned about his son Daj. We learned what happened to his son Daj. We learned why Saz got on the purge train. We learned a lot about Saz in this chapter. I'm not sure how. Oh, I know what's coming up next. I'm not sure how long that's gonna be. It won't be one episode. I know that for a fact. I can guarantee it won't be one episode. Um, so that will be the next episode, and we will move on to chapter 7, which I believe is back to Lightning and Hope. I think it is. I can't actually fully remember who it is, but I know that we're going on to chapter 7 next. So yeah, there's a lot we learned about Saz. There's a few small things that you need to know that we're gonna learn later on about Vanille that will make some of her actions in this chapter a little more obvious. But for now, I am not going to keep you all any longer. If you like what you saw, then by all means, start yourself that like button. I have been your host, Lucifer, and I bid you all a fond farewell.